Hey everybody, Sean from ShawneeFood.com. On this show, we talk about food you can make for yourself, your family, and of course, we never forget our friends. Today, we're making something that I absolutely love, and that is Shrimp Scampi. That is coming at you next. Yeah, alright, so we're talking about Shrimp Scampi here, huh? That's actually one of my favorite dishes, like I told you. I don't know about you, but it is delicious. And like I always say, you want to have your favorite beverage, right? Whatever that might be. Today we're drinking Pinot Grigio. So it's nice and cold, and we're going to be using some of that in the scampi. But here's to you, right? Okay, so something I wanted to tell you about making scampi that might be something that you don't know. You might not, I don't know. But one of the key factors of this is when you're making your stock, you definitely want to save those shrimp rinds, okay? Now these guys right here, doesn't look like much, it looks like kind of a mess, but I've taken all the shrimp off, and of course our rinds are left, and I'm going to put those into the pot, and I'm going to show you that in a second. And that's how we're going to build our stock. And why do we do that? Well, because that pasta is going to absorb that shrimp flavor, and that's what we want, okay? So, we'll do that. Let's get going, man. You ready to go? Come on, let's go. All right, and here we go. So this is everything that you need for this recipe, okay? We're starting all the way off from some fresh parsley from the garden, some sea salt, we've got a fresh lemon, 3 garlic cloves, some capers, a little bit of red pepper flake, some Pinot Grigio. I'm going to put a little bit of chicken stock in there, just a little bit to add some flavor to it. And then of course, once again, which I've used in my other recipes, I'm adding a little bit of this garlic infused olive oil from Bella Grace. Okay, good stuff. And then of course, we're going to be using fettuccine pasta. Right? Follow it up with about 1/4 of a cup of butter. Yes, it is not a diet dish. And then, of course, our prawns, the star of the show. Now, you can see these prawns are kind of butterflied out. They're kind of flattened. That's the way that I usually do it. You don't have to do it that way. You can simply just clean them and then use them the way they are. But I like doing them like this because they tend to kind of pop out like popcorn, and they appear to be bigger. Make sure when you're cleaning your shrimp that even if it says it's cleaned, this area here, right here, okay, it says it's cleaned, right? Well, look on the reverse side. It's not. You see that? I don't know if you can see that. That needs to be cleaned, both sides, okay? And this shrimp rind is actually what I'm going to be putting in and build that stock. So you can either cook it like this, or you can butterfly it the way I did. If you want to see the way I butterflied it, you can go to my it's Indian Spiced Prawns show. It'll show you exactly how I butterfly shrimp, so I'm not being redundant here, okay? Let's go make some delicious shrimp scampi. Come on, let's go. All right, a little bit of butter into a hot pan. Yes, and now we're adding those rinds. We are not throwing those in the garbage. We are going to saute those with a little lemon juice, and this is gonna make it our magic flavor. A little olive oil to the pan, mix it around, and yes, indeed, we are now going to add a little bit of water to our pan. Of course, everything is going to go back into our water to build our stock. But first, we're going to add a little bit of chicken base. And that is about 1/4 of a tablespoon, and just to make it even tastier. Oh yes. And into the water we go. Now this is what I'm talking about, a flavor builder. Those rinds are going to work and going to make this pasta even better. Okay, I've added those rinds to the water. I'm gonna keep them in there for about 5 minutes, build that stock up good. Now here's an important tip for you. I cook pasta for about 11 to 12 minutes. Okay, about a minute before I'm gonna take that pasta out, I'm gonna start cooking these shrimp. Reason for that is don't overcook your shrimp, because you're gonna be eating rubber bands, and that sucks. We don't want that, right? Yes, no, yes, no, yes, no, yes, no, no, absolutely not. All right then, great. Yeah, okay, so let's move forward. Remember, 11 to 12 minutes on that pasta. And it just goes directly from here right into the pan. All right, now it's time for a little bit of olive oil, a little bit of butter, add our prawns in, and of course we can't forget some nice fresh garlic. All right, let's add that pasta to the pan. Add a little bit of salt, put our capers in there, a little bit of butter, some fresh lemon, mix it around, oh yes. Of course, we've got some fresh Italian parsley and some Parmesan cheese, a little bit of red pepper flake. Once again, mixing around. We're getting close. All right. You know, when you add that Parmesan cheese to it and you have the stock in there, it makes just a wonderful, nice, creamy sauce. So remember, you've got to add that stock back into the pan, and then also when you're finishing up, put it into the bowl. Hey, all right, well, it's finally done, sitting right here in front of me, and it's 2:25 in the afternoon, sitting here all by my lonesome, so perhaps I should try this. I don't know what you guys are thinking, but it's looking pretty darn good to me. Absolutely. You know, it tastes fantastic. You know, when you put this in the bowl, you want to make sure that you put some of that broth into the bowl, okay? Because it can become kind of sticky, and you want that, and this pasta is going to keep absorbing. So that's why you want to take a small little ladle, like I'll show you, like this one right here. See this little guy? Very handy. You know, about 2 to 3 of these, just on the side. And you're gonna have to create a nice little broth in there, and by the time the person's done eating, there won't be much left, but it'll just be perfect. If you don't do that, it's gonna be kind of sticky with all the Parmesan cheese and stuff, so remember to do that, and it's gonna make it even better. Yeah? Cool. Well, this is another show. Thanks so much for sticking around, and if this is your first time checking out the show, please consider subscribing. That would be great. I'd really appreciate it. Share it with your friends. That would be cool. Yeah? You know, I'm going to put the recipe to this down in the description below, so you can check that out, the ingredients and how to make it. And definitely share it with your friends. If your family comes over, they're going to absolutely love it if they love shrimp. So definitely do that. So until next time, I'll see you. Shawnee Food, see ya. This is absolutely delicious. And I'm not just saying that. Everything that goes into this, the capers, the pepper flake, it all adds together, and that butter and that white wine, all those components. Or you can do this. How about some more lemon? Of course. Thank you, sir. Well, you're very welcome, sir. Can I get you anything else, sir? I'd like another glass of wine. Oh, thank you very much. Saturday afternoon, sitting here in my kitchen, eating scampi. That's a pretty rough deal. It's a rough life. But someone has to do it. Someone has to forge through and make that scampi so that you can sit there and relax and watch it. I'm doing this all for you. This is all for you, not for me. I mean, I'm eating this for you. See how unselfish I am? It's crazy. All right, whatever. Back to the scampi. We're having a party.